Good morning and welcome back to my makeshift studio. This morning I'm going to show you two books that make up a series of artist books by the Brisbane artist Michael Phillips. These books are about the environment, and especially the environment around Mount Mistake in the Lockyer Valley, southwest of Brisbane. This region suffered two 100-year floods. The first was in 2011 and the second in 2013. Just as the land was recovering from these events, it was in 2019 again struck by bushfires, this time towards the end of the year. And actually the bushfires came back in early 2020. But these books are about the environment around Mount Mistake, and they tell the story of the destruction, devastation of the land from these three events, but also the devastation of the land since colonisation. The two books that make up the series are Black Soil 1 and Black Soil 2. These two books were made from wood blocks that Michael assembled in his vast library of objects. And we'll have a look at those in a few seconds, but I just wanted to say that these were produced in editions of 15. The first 5 of each edition were presented in this beautiful envelope and sold as sets. However, Black Soil 2, the edition of Black Soil 2 had an accident, and the edition from 7 onwards were accidentally destroyed. So only 6 of Black Soil 2 survived. However, if you would like to acquire a copy of Black Soil 1, they are available. The price is $375. So now we'll have a closer look at Michael's Black Soil 1 and Black Soil 2. Black Soil 2's vibrant red covers were passed through the press once, but to achieve the deep, rich, velvety black of Black Soil 1's covers, the block was inked, passed through the press, inked again for a second pass, and repeated a third time. The inside covers of Black Soil 2 were printed black also to match the cover of Black Soil 1 and continue the narrative, emphasised again by the red inside covers of the first book uniting with the red covers of Black Soil 2. Michael dipped into his library of materials and objects for the woodblocks used to print the Black Soil series. The background for each of Black Soil 1's pages uses the same base block, printed in black, leaving an unprinted small band running along the bottom. Although sometimes partly covered by the overprinting of the next block, it unites each page. The colour palette was achieved through overprinting and layering the woodblocks to form large abstract areas, bursting with colour which interweave across the pages. Michael says of this series that these bookworks start with what is possible on and with the page, an open-ended beginning, where there is a conscious absence of planning regarding page order, imposition, and orientation, and that although these aspects are not unimportant, there's something beforehand, something else driving it. These drivers include the selection of the print matrix, the initial colour choice, the overprinting, the layering of the sheets, and along the way, what may or may not happen, a mistake or an unknown. All this is followed by looking at the finished sequence and making an informed decision about how it goes together. Michael adds that the whole process reveals things you would really never have conceived of as a whole. From these folded interactions, you get these unexpected, sometimes beautiful, sometimes clunky relationships occurring. Relationships that are driven by the process of making, by drawing on available tools, and by the print matrices. What is created is a sequence of printable events involving making a mark, on a mark, on a mark, which are highlighted by the absence of a mark. These printable events draw attention to the marks left on the land from the misreading of the environment since colonisation, which has brought about an increase of natural disasters and the degradation of the land. On this landscape, there is no absence of marks. Black soil, too, is altogether a more colourful work, with a brighter palette, perhaps indicating the hope that with better land management, the land will replenish. Well, I hope you have enjoyed turning the pages of the Black Soil series. Before our coronavirus lockdown, Michael was working on a new series of 5 artist books, the Colour Book series. Now that lockdown is all but finished, he is able to continue work on them, and I can't wait to view, smell and touch them. Thank you for visiting my makeshift studio, and I hope to see you again with our next recording. Thank you and ciao.